Module 3. Sectoral Actions for Energy Transition. India's approach to the energy transition and climate action has three goals: to achieve the net zero target, add renewable energy generation capacity, and shift the economy and citizens to renewable energy use, while keeping cost affordable and minimizing disruption. Meeting all three objectives is going to be challenging because, as the previous module showed, rapid urbanization and industrialization in India, coupled with its expanding economy, are driving an increase in energy demand. The rise in demand conflicts with the global priority of carbon emission reduction. The question is, can this energy demand be managed in a way that relies more on renewable energy sources than on fossil fuels? In this module, we look at how the main sectors can approach the transition to renewables. Nearly 50% of India's CO2 emissions come from electricity and heat production, with the remaining half stemming from industry, transport and residential sectors. As renewable energy plays an increasingly significant role in the energy mix, efforts to reduce CO2 emissions from electricity productions are already underway. However, it's also important to consider how emissions from the other sectors can be reduced. Industries burn fossil fuels for steel production or high-temperature heat. Cars and trucks burn fossil-based fuels, and residential and commercial buildings use electricity for cooling and heating and gas for cooking. One way to reduce fossil fuel intensity in the applications mentioned is by replacing fossil-based technologies with electricity-based ones, powered by renewable energy sources, whether in cars and trucks, industrial heating, or by using electric pumps instead of diesel-powered ones. But can we electrify everything? Some sectors, such as heavy industries, are difficult to electrify due to their reliance on fossil fuels for high-temperature heat. Many are located near fossil fuel sources, such as the iron and steel sector in coal-rich states like West Bengal and Jharkhand. These hard-to-abate sectors are either costly to decarbonize or currently lack the technology to do so. The use of green hydrogen-based fuels and technologies is set to play a crucial role to tackle these challenges. For example, sectors like fertilizer production could reduce emissions significantly by replacing their reliance on hydrogen produced from natural gas with hydrogen produced from renewables. Micro, small and medium enterprises, on the other hand, will be more easy to transition and stand to benefit tremendously. From a socio-economic perspective, they are a key sector in India. India has an estimated 63.3 million micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, 30% of which are in manufacturing. They are industrial clusters which do not draw on fossil fuel for high-temperature heat or as feedstock and can adopt more energy-efficient methods in their functioning. Other MSMEs, those in trade, 36%, and services, 33%, could also benefit if they use clean energy in warehousing, logistics, and the commercial buildings they occupy. We are already seeing a shift in the transport sector with a rise in the use of electric vehicles and a slow shift away from fossil fuel across automobile categories. A similar shift in energy demand is expected from the commercial building sector, especially those serving IT and telecommunications, retail and banking, and financial services. Buildings in cities are a significant source of CO2 emissions. India is home to 6 megacities, and the UN Habitat estimates there will be more megacities in India by 2030. About 70% of the urban infrastructure India needs by 2047 is yet to be built. A large increase in energy demand from both residential and commercial buildings may come from the increased need for cooling due to unprecedented spells of extreme heat. Here too, energy efficiency and the use of renewable energy can help reduce carbon footprint. While Indian cities grow rapidly, the reality is that most people still live in rural areas with a majority engaged in agriculture. Energy is needed to drive our rural agrarian economy for mechanization, irrigation, food processing, transport and storage. And much of this energy use is dependent either on direct use of fossil fuels or unreliable electricity supply. Rural India and the agriculture and allied sectors in particular need the electricity grid services to improve. This in turn needs to be powered by renewable energy for the overall demand for fossil fuels from these sectors to reduce. These sectors can also shift their energy needs directly to decentralized renewable energy applications, thus reducing direct fossil fuel use. Some of the necessary shifts towards renewable energy are already operational, while others need more thought. The right mix of data-driven planning, technology choices, policy actions, and financing support can drive decisions on the shift away from fossil fuels across many of the sectors discussed.